What's going on, guys? CultofMush back at it with another video. This is 5 essential PC games that all PC gamers should own. A lot of you guys enjoyed my 10 PC games that all PC gamers should own, and if you haven't checked that out, I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below. Obviously, any games that were present on that list will not be present on this list. A lot of you guys had a lot of requests for me to feature certain games, so I said, why the hell not? You guys seem to like this, so periodically, I'll do one of these kinds of videos just showcasing some PC games that I think all PC gamers should have in their library. Before we get into this list, I just want to say this list isn't ordered in any specific way. These are just 5 games that I think you should check out. Some of these games are of different genres than the others, and you really can't compare them. They're all great games. Check them out. They'll be well worth your time. Number 5 is a game that in my last video, a lot of you guys were like, why the hell is this game not on this list? And that is Half-Life. Yes, Half-Life should have definitely been on that list. Half-Life is one of the centerpiece titles to PC gaming, and it's one of the marquee titles on PC. Half-Life was originally released in 1998, and Half-Life 2 came out in 2004. Even with Half-Life 2 being over a decade old, the shooting mechanics in that game haven't aged that much. I went back and played some of Half-Life 2 a few weeks ago, and it still felt like one of the better shooters on the market right now. Control, playability, Half-Life 2 as a core shooter was just fantastic. And Half-Life was one of those single-player shooters that actually also had a very good story as well. Now, obviously, that story may never be concluded, but still, you gotta check out the Half-Life games, and on Steam during one of the sales, they're usually like $1 or $2, so definitely check them out. They're great titles, even though they are a bit old, still fantastic to this day. Number 4 is the Metro games, Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. When I first got into PC gaming, Metro 2033 was one of the most notorious games for being one of the hardest games to run on PC. Then out came Metro Last Light, and the same story with that game. These games look absolutely gorgeous if you have the hardware to run it. Keep in mind, Metro Last Light did come out in 2013, so at this point, mid-range video cards can run the games pretty well. Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light, but still the games look fantastic. Even compared to a lot of next generation titles, Metro Last Light looks just as good, if not a lot better than those games. And Metro Last Light, just like Half-Life, is another one of those games that's a first-person shooter, but it also has a really good narrative experience. The voice acting in this game is on point. The shooting mechanics are great, and probably the best thing about Metro is the atmosphere. It's a very atmospheric game, and just the world of Metro feels very dark and drab. Definitely check out Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. They're some of the best first-person shooters you're gonna find on the PC. Number 3 is another Valve title. It's Portal. Portal and Portal 2 are both fantastic puzzle games, and I myself am someone that absolutely hates puzzle games. I've never liked puzzle games, but Portal 2 is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I just think the puzzles in Portal 2 are just so intelligently designed that even if you're a person that absolutely hates puzzle games, check out Portal. It's a fantastically designed game. The gameplay mechanics are on point. The art style of Portal is great. Yes, it's a very easy game to run, but the art direction and the colors in the game are just so vibrant and colorful that it's a great game to look at. And at this point, Portal is just like Half-Life. You can get it for super cheap. You can get the original Portal for like $2, and you can get Portal 2 for like $5. Definitely check them out. They're fantastic puzzle games. Number 2 is the Bioshock series. Bioshock, Bioshock 2, and Bioshock Infinite. Now, Bioshock follows in suit with Half-Life and Metro in the fact that it's a first-person shooter, but it's very atmospheric and it has a very good story, and the single player is really what you get into with Bioshock. Yes, Bioshock 2 did have some multiplayer, but it wasn't really that great. You play Bioshock for the single player, and the single player is absolutely fantastic. And I know that I've already praised Half-Life and Metro's shooting, but Bioshock's gameplay is the top tier, the elite tier of gameplay design. As far as first-person shooter goes, very few can match Bioshock. A lot of people aren't a big fan of Bioshock 2, but I think most of you guys are going to find Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite fantastic games. And even with Bioshock 2, I think Bioshock 2 was a very good game, but the original Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite are just such fantastic games that Bioshock 2, in my opinion, just wasn't as good, but it's still definitely a game that you want to play. And all the Bioshock games do a really good job integrating a morality-based storyline with immersive environments and very unique settings in each game. Definitely check out the Bioshock games. They are phenomenal. And finally, number 1 is a more recent game. It's Pillars of Eternity by Obsidian Entertainment. I definitely wanted to give a shout out to Pillars of Eternity. It's one of the best RPGs of 2015, and it's a game that definitely has gotten a lot of praise. I mean, in 2012, it raised over $4 million on Kickstarter, and I know a lot of people hate on Kickstarter, but there are times that Kickstarter does help produce fantastic titles like Pillars of Eternity. Pillars of Eternity is an old school RPG similar to that of Baldur's Gate, with a top-down view and an isometric camera. It's definitely more of a hardcore RPG, so if you're into old school RPGs like the aforementioned Baldur's Gate, you'll definitely like this game, but it's also modernized to a degree to let new players that have never played old school RPGs to also enjoy the game. The game's got a lot of content with a lot of optional side quests, and the game actually has a very good story. Pillars of Eternity is a great RPG that honestly deserves a lot more love. I mean, it's a very popular game as it is on PC and on Steam, but in my opinion, Pillars of Eternity is one of the elite level RPGs, and I don't think it's seen as that. But it's definitely worth your time and definitely worth your money. The game's got a lot of quantity, and it's got a lot of great content in it as well. Check out Pillars of Eternity if you're looking for a new RPG to play. I think most of you guys that are into fantasy RPGs are really gonna enjoy the game. So thanks for watching this video, guys. Leave your comments on some games I might have missed. Let me know what games you guys want to see featured on this list. There's so many great games on PC, and I've only really scratched the surface at this point. So as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.